right, good morning, everybody. Today, we are going to talk about financial health care for physicians. So that was my ingenious name of this slide, Prescribing Prosperity. Hopefully that hit home with somebody. So today, what are we going to do? We're going to dive into some crucial strategies that are tailored to physicians' unique financial needs. Our mission here is to provide you with tools and insights to not only thrive, but dominate your financial landscape. And so let's get started. So by way of background, I am the principal and executive, or I'm a principal and executive wealth manager here at FBA Private Wealth Management. We are based in Dallas, and we have been here for nearly 50 years. I personally am a former Marine Corps officer turned financial advisor. I have over 2 decades of experience working with and guiding high net worth and ultra high net worth individuals, including physicians, through some of the most complex financial scenarios that people encounter through the course of their life, whether we're talking divorce, inheritance, retirement planning, but really most of my focus is on the wealth preservation and augmentation area. We have a very tailored approach that emphasizes tax efficiency and estate planning, and I bridge my legal experience from many, many years of practicing law prior to becoming a financial advisor with the comprehensive financial and investment plans to align with the physician's unique goals and challenges. So what are some physician-specific investment challenges that you're going to face or probably are facing that I've encountered in the past? Well, first, you tend to be very high earning, but time poor. Physicians often face time constraints due to the fact that you have very demanding schedules. And those demanding schedules have you working with patients or at your medical job more than it permits you to have time to focus on your financial portfolio or your estate plan. A second thing is that you face unique liability risks. So malpractice suits and professional liability, they're common concerns for physicians. So we have to tailor your investment and estate planning strategies towards risk management. Lastly, with retirement planning, you guys go to school for an awfully long time. And because of that, you get started in your careers a little bit later than most people who just jump into their career coming right out of college. And so because of that, your incomes peak later than most. And that demands accelerated retirement saving strategies because of the condensed professional lifespan that you're likely to encounter once you start working full time. So as a financial advisor, what I have learned over many, many years of practice is that investing is the key. And why is investing so important to everybody, but particularly to investors or to physicians? Well, it unlocks your wealth potential, right? Investing is the cornerstone to building substantial wealth and realizing long-term financial aspirations. Really, the idea of investing is, let's cook this meal, but we're not going to be cooking a 5-minute meal. We're going to be cooking a multi-hour, a 3 or 4 hour meal. And so a lot of it's about the finances taking up the back burner spaces, not the front burner spaces, for those goals that you're looking to achieve years down the road. It elevates your financial trajectory. So think of this. you're going to be earning, hopefully, a lot of money through your income as physicians. What investing allows you to do is elevate your financial trajectory. So if this is your income trajectory, what investing does is it gives you a separate plane so that over here, your money is working for you and it's growing through the power of compounding. And how do I illustrate the power of compounding to people? Well, you may have heard of something called the rule of 7. And what that basically means is if you were to take $100,000 and keep it in cash over the course of 7 years, that $100,000, if you just put it in your back pocket and you opened up your back pocket, your wallet 7 years from now, what would you have? You'd have $100,000. And I could get specific here and talk about the power of inflation actually decreasing the value of that over those 7 years. But let's just keep things simple. You'd have $100,000 after 7 years. If, however, you take that same $100,000 and you invest it one time, you don't add to it, you just invest it. If that investment earns 10% per year, then after 7 years, you will have doubled your money. You'll have $200,000, and it's just worked for you while you slept. You didn't have to do anything with it. It just earns. That is how we elevate your financial trajectory, right? So after 7 years, you'd have $200,000, not the $100,000 you started with. And in the meantime, you're earning your income. So in our opinion, what is a robust investment portfolio look like? Well, it starts with diversification. And many of you have heard that term before, but really what does it mean? It essentially means not placing all of your eggs in one basket. It's not saying, okay, take all of my eggs and put them into stocks, or all of my eggs and put it into real estate. It's about taking those eggs and dispersing them into as many baskets as you possibly can so that if any one basket falls, it doesn't disrupt the rest of the eggs that you have invested, right? Markets go up, markets go down. It's impossible to predict with any real level of accuracy on an ongoing basis. And so what we do is we hedge your bets through diversification. And I will tell you that this is crucial for managing your risk and maximizing your returns. Diversification looks a little bit like, okay, we'll put a little bit in stocks, geographically diverse, diverse by sector, diverse by market cap, put a little bit over here in bonds. The younger you are, maybe the less bonds because they don't tend to generate as high a return as stocks do, but also alternative asset classes, such as real estate or private equity or private credit, which we have access to. These are all various ways of investing you to maximize your return, but minimize the amount of risk that you're exposed to. It's important also as physicians that you align your investments with your specific financial goals. And that's something that we really specialize here at FPA Private Wealth. FPA standing for Financial Planning Associates. That's really what we focus on. And so if you want to fund a child's education account, we can talk about 529s. If you have plans later down the road of purchasing a medical practice, okay, well, we set up your investments in such a way that in 10 years, we have generated enough liquidity from your portfolio that you can move forward with those plans. And then obviously, life happens during that interim period. And so we'll regularly review with you your portfolio's performance. And if things aren't aligned, right, we'll tweak it a little bit, right? We'll tap it on this side or we'll tap it on that side to make sure that your portfolio is designed in a way that you're optimizing your chance of achieving those financial goals that you set for yourself and for your family. So now let's touch a little bit on estate planning. So it may sound weird. Okay, I'm a financial advisor. I talk about people's investments and growing their money. What does estate planning have? Well, there are three things that I want you to take away from this part. First is asset protection. Okay. We are shielding your hard-earned assets from potential malpractice claims because of the nature of what you do. So we talk about trusts with our clients. If we end up creating an inter vivos trust or a grantor retained annuity trust or whatever sort of trust vehicle that helps you accomplish that asset protection, we work with your estate planning attorney in order to get that going and then fund that trust with your assets. Well, there's family security, right? You're going to be a very high earning person or probably are already a very high earning person. And so that income that you generate for your family, if that were to suddenly go away, that could devastate the family. And so in the event you become disabled and lose your income, or God forbid, you die prematurely, putting in place insurance policies that will replace that lost income in the event those tragedies happen. And then another one is business continuity, developing succession plans for your medical practice to ensure that the seamless transfer of operations and assets. So those are all things that you can benefit from through proper estate planning. So what are some crucial estate planning documents you may want to consider? Well, we've talked about the living trust to avoid probate, to maintain privacy, right? Because you're placing assets into a trust. The trust now owns those assets. You become trustee. You designate how those assets are dealt with, but they're in a different vehicle that lie outside of you. And then obviously in the event you pass or when you pass, the trust helps streamline that asset distribution to wherever it is that you want those assets to go, whether it be to your children, your grandchildren, your business, to a charity, things that you help to define. Another estate planning document is the Advanced Healthcare Directive, which I'm sure all of you are familiar with. This is where you designate a trusted person to make medical decisions on your behalf in the event you become incapacitated. That's not to be confused with the durable power of attorney, which is where you're authorizing a representative to manage your financial affairs in the event that you become incapacitated. So keep that in mind, right? You're talking about incapacitation, whether you're talking about an advanced healthcare directive or a durable power of attorney, but the standards for incapacitation are different for both of those documents as determined by a court of law. And you may choose to do one and not the other, right? Or vice versa. Maybe you want somebody to handle your financial affairs, but hey, you don't, medical decisions is a little bit different, or vice versa. Or you may designate different people to make those decisions based upon whether it's your medical decisions or your financial affairs. And those are things that we can help you determine. Working with a financial and a legal profession. So because you're physicians, and one of the issues that we touched on in an earlier slide with physician-specific challenges is that you have a very demanding job that leaves you very little time to become an expert in finances and an expert in law. And so the most successful physicians that I have worked with all have a team of professionals around them. And why? Because now you're collaborating with advisors that are experienced in areas that can help accelerate you getting to that final goal, whatever that is, right? Whether it's a financial expert or a legal expert. Have those people in your life. One of the things that we'll do is we will create here at FTA a very holistic approach to how we deal with your finances. We'll integrate investment, tax, estate planning strategies in a way that we can maximize the synergies with your assets and your goals and minimize the gaps that those assets could fall through, right? We're trying to create as comprehensive a shell around your life as we possibly can, so that if anything unexpected tries to disrupt it, you're protected. And then another benefit of working with financial professionals is that you're establishing long-term relationships with somebody. So we've got relationships with people here that we've had for 50 years. And the benefit of that is we know these people. We've gotten to experience their growth from early professional through retirement onto their children and their grandchildren. And we're able to help evolve their plans based upon the trajectory that they're on in their life and the realities of their life. And that has created some financial security to the individuals we work with. And that's the idea of obviously working with professionals. Now, periodic plan review and updates. Again, I want to stress life happens. You can make plans, but then life happens. So regularly revisit your plans. And what we'll do is we'll reach out to you. We'll reach out to you to ensure that we're regularly reviewing your plans, we're updating your financial plan, we're reviewing your estate plan, we're reviewing your tax returns to make sure that you're on track so that you can be confident moving forward that you don't have to worry about the financial aspect of it. People get married, right? Unfortunately, people get divorced. You have kids, you have travel plans, people move. These are all things that we take into consideration as your financial plan evolves. We also occasionally will deal with physicians who are dealing with regulatory changes, right? Whether it be with the tax laws, whether it be with your specific industry, anything that might impact your finances or your estate plan. These are things that we touch on in these periodic plan reviews. And then obviously as professionals, we provide you with that professional guidance to ensure that your plan remains optimized and aligned with these evolving goals. So that pretty much covers it. Again, in conclusion, this is hopefully something that will help empower your financial journey throughout your life by tailoring investments to your specific needs, by incorporating estate planning strategies. We have found that optimizes the physician's chances of safeguarding their wealth and safeguarding your legacy. So if you ever have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me directly. Again, my name is Mark Spalding, and here is my contact information. I wish you all the very best of luck. Thank you for listening.